Today is Thursday, February 19th. I'm T Roy, and we're still early in this season. A season of reflection, honesty, and spiritual recalibration. And today's verse, it's one of those verses that doesn't just speak to you, it reads you. Because 2 Timothy 4 and 7 isn't a victory chant. It's not a highlight reel. It's a testimony from someone who's been through it. And if you've been through anything lately, emotionally, legally, spiritually, or relationship-wise like I have, this one is going to hit home. 2 Timothy 4 and 7 says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Take a breath with me. Let's walk through this together. I've been reflecting on this verse, and if I'm honest, it hits different right now. Because Paul didn't write this from a mountaintop, he wrote it from a prison cell. He wasn't comfortable. He wasn't trending. He wasn't winning in the world's eyes. He was at the end of his life saying, I fought, I finished, I kept the faith. And lately, I've been thinking about my own life, the legal battles, the accusations, the nights I couldn't sleep, the relationships that didn't work out, the moments I questioned everything. There were days I felt embarrassed, days I felt misunderstood, days I felt like everything I built was collapsing, and yet I'm still here. When Paul says, I have fought the good fight, I don't hear arrogance. I hear scars. Because the fight isn't always loud. Sometimes the fight is getting out of bed. Sometimes the fight is not sending that text. Sometimes the fight is going to therapy. Sometimes the fight is turning the camera on and telling people God is still good while you're still healing. That's a fight. And Paul calls it a good fight, not because it feels good, but because it produces something good. It produces endurance. It produces character. It produces depth. Then he says, I have finished the race. Not I was the best. Not I proved everyone wrong. Not I got revenge. Just I finished. And somebody needs this today. Finishing doesn't always look glamorous. Sometimes finishing means you didn't lose your mind. You didn't lose your integrity. You didn't lose your relationship with God. You almost did, but you didn't. There were moments I wanted to quit. Quit fighting. Quit hoping. Quit believing justice would come. Quit believing love would come back around. But something in me, and I know it was God, wouldn't let me walk away. And that leads to the last part. I have kept the faith. Keeping the faith doesn't mean you never doubted. I doubted. It doesn't mean you never got angry. I've been angry. It doesn't mean you didn't question why things happened. I've questioned a lot. Keeping the faith means even when I didn't understand God, I didn't leave him. Even when I felt alone, I kept praying. Even when I felt exposed, I kept showing up. Even when I felt broken, I kept believing he was still writing my story. And hear me clearly, God is not impressed with performance. He's honored by perseverance. This isn't prosperity. This isn't if you fight, you will get everything you want. Sometimes you fight and you still lose things. But you don't lose your soul. You don't lose your calling. You don't lose who you are. And that matters. So if you're watching this and you're tired, if you're in court battles, if you're in heartbreak, if you're in a rebuilding season, if your name has been dragged or your reputation shaken, you're still in the fight. And the fact that you're still here means you're still running the race. And if you haven't walked away from God, even in frustration, you're still keeping the faith. Take a breath. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to figure everything out. Just keep fighting the good fight. Keep running your race. Keep holding on to your faith. And one day, whether it's in a courtroom, a hospital hallway, a church pew, or a quiet moment alone, you'll be able to say it too. I fought. I finished. I kept the faith. And that's enough. I'm T. Roy, and remember, your endurance is not wasted. Your faith still matters. Your fight still counts. If this message encouraged you, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with somebody who needs strength today. And hey, while you're at it, make space this week to meet with others and worship God. Your faith grows differently when you're not walking it out alone. Peace.